He is from Snohomish County. He is actually the extension educator in Snohomish County, but he's also taught many master gardeners all over different counties. And I have to read to you, he is with the WSU Urban IPM and Pesticide Safety Education Program. I could not memorize that, sorry. But basically, he's going to tell us how to deal with many of the mammals in our garden. So, many people, in fact, one of the reasons I came to this was a person told me that he was so good. So therefore, I'm here. So I would like to introduce you to Dave Pehling. Thank you.
I hope I can live up to that. I only have an hour, so I really had to cut back on the critters to talk about, so I thought I would pick the scariest ones for your garden. There's about 3 or 4 here that can cause really serious damage. They're not going to suck through blood, but they'll suck the juice out of your plants and chew them off and make zombies out of them and all sorts of stuff. And that was apparently the wrong button. Maybe that one works. There we go. Before we get underway, I want you to be aware that I do have a page of vertebrate management links that I really like. It covers pretty much all of the common critters you're going to have in your garden, and plus a whole lot more. Is that a laser thingy? It is. In particular, Russell Link's book, Living with Washington's Wildlife, most of those chapters are online. It's an excellent book, especially useful because it has Washington state laws that pertain to each particular species. You know, what you can do with them, you know, if you can drive a stake through their heart or whatever. Another one, the problem with that book as far as today's talk, they don't have the bulls chapter up. For that information, of course, there's lots of other, other universities have information on bulls, but prevention and control of wildlife damage, there's a link to that, and that has an excellent chapter on bulls, and alligators, and armadillos, things we don't have, but it covers all our species too. Keep in mind that with that book, it's out of date, it's out of print now, the chapters are online, but anything referring to trapping or vertebrate pesticides has to be cross-referenced. This is Russell's book. You can get it at a lot of garden stores. I think you can purchase it right down Department of Fish and Wildlife in Mill Creek or any of the WDFW offices. It's a very useful resource. Be aware that he does have some homemade concoctions in there that master gardeners cannot recommend because they're homemade and they're not labeled for that use. This is Prevention and Control of Wildlife Damage. The original hard copy, again, is no longer available. But the website is up there, and it has rodents and carnivores and ungulates and all sorts of critters. Now, getting into it, whenever we're dealing with a pest in the garden, whether it's a vertebrate or an insect or, neighbor's kids or whatever, first you have to identify the pest. Is it the neighbor's kids doing that, or is it a mountain beaver cutting branches off your rhododendrons? And then monitor it. If it is wildlife, try to get a handle on how much damage is being done, how many there are,